Hello friends, I am Lakshman. You're watching Learn Programming by Lucky Sor YouTube channel. In this video, you will learn about who having above 5 years experience as a Java programmer, what topics he must cover before facing interview, and what types of questions he or she should face questions. If you are a Java programmer with 4 to 8 years experience of working in Java and looking for job change, then it is better to know what is expected from 4 to 8 years experienced Java programmer in a typical core Java or J2E interview. Since 4 to 8 years is a huge experience, so you must have covered these topics such as garbage collection tuning or designing complex Java applications or even creating concurrent Java design pattern. Due to J2E and various frameworks, it is difficult to survive as Java developer. You must have some understanding of these framework before going for an interview. For designing perspective, learn design patterns, persistence, learn Spring MVC with Hibernate. First learn basics, then design. Some code means create, read, update, delete web app. Read write logs, concurrent hash map, java.util concurrent, collections, ADT, generics, Java memory model, weak references, JMS, JGroups, Hibernate. These are the best practices in API design, service oriented architecture, web services, SOAP, REST. If experience is 6 plus, then expression is bit higher, and my most preferred questions are from executor framework like semaphore, barrier, latch, thread pool, callable, etc. Thread safety, explicit locking, servlets thread safety, servlets listeners, ORM, why use ORM, which ORM to use, ORM with cache, problems in using ORM like concurrency and persistence expressions, web services, REST, way to use REST, cloud computing concept and architecture, messaging advanced, guaranteed delivery and integration, and way to use messaging and way to use web services. So these are all the some of the important topics who having above 5 years experience, they must be braced before attending any technical round. So so let us discuss a few of the questions very frequently asked for who having above 5 years experience. So let us discuss one by one. The first question is why we use generics. Using generics, we have lots of benefits. They are stronger type checks at compile time and thus avoid casting errors at runtime. The second one is no need of casting. No extra code for casting like string s is equal to string list get wow. Better intelligent, generic and good looking programming. The second question is how can you tell that instance is never garbage collected? This is nothing but a singleton kind of pattern. There is a static reference to a singleton. So it will not be eligible for garbage collection until the class loader is eligible for garbage collection. The next question is, can we write a final method in interface? No, because interface method do not have body. It need to be implemented in implemented class. The next question is, how to implement a polling mechanism in Java. How if I want to poll something? How if client is sending some request to server and if request does not arrive in within time limit, or if no request for like 2 minutes, stop expecting more requests and suspend operation. So for this question, you must answer say like this: using class array blocking queue. Also an useful method of array blocking queue. The next question is, when are class garbage collected? When are classes unloaded? The only way that a class can be unloaded if the class loader used is garbage collected. The next question is, why does Java not support operator overloading? Operator overloading makes the code very difficult to read and maintain. To maintain code simplicity, Java does not support operator overloading. The next question is, difference between synchronized block and synchronized method. Synchronized method defines a self-contained block and it is easy to handle in multi-threaded environment. Both act as similar. There is no major advantage over each other. The difference is that synchronized block can choose which object it synchronizes on. A synchronized method can only use this keyword. The next question is sorry, how to handle the runtime exception in JSP. In JSP page directive, you can use is error page equal to true. The next question is, what are the protocols for web services? SOAP, REST, JSON, RPC. These are the protocols used in web services. The next question is, if I want to print hello even before main method is executed, how will you achieve that? Print the statement inside a static block of code. Static blocks get executed when the class gets loaded into the memory and even before the creation of an object. Hence, it will be executed before the main method and it will be executed only once. The next question is, should a main method be compulsory declared in all Java classes? No, not required. Main method should be defined only if the source class is a Java application. The next question is, we can get the container object through bean factory and application context. What is difference in both? A bean factory is used to just instantiate and configure beans. An application context also does that. And it provides the supporting infrastructure to enable lots of enterprises specific features such as transactions and AOP. The next question is, we have equals method to compare two methods, then why comparator again? Because equals method will only compare the content. It cannot compare two different objects. Comparator interface has compare to method which compares two different objects. The next question is, what is difference between web server and application server? A web server exclusively handles HTTP requests, whereas an application server serves business logic to application programs through any number of protocols. The next question is, how does a three-tier application different from a two-tier one? Tiers are the physical units of separation or deployment, while layers are the logical units of separation. Imagine that you are designing an e-commerce website. A three-tier architecture would consist of a web pages, a web server, and a database, with the corresponding three layers being the presentation, business logic, and database layers. If you take the database tier and layer out, then you have a two-tier architecture source. The next question is, explain about Spring MVC. For this question, the answer is very huge. Please check my previous videos. I have already uploaded about Spring MVC architecture. Please watch it. The next question is, what are the ways to access Hibernate by using Spring? There are two ways to access Hibernate with Spring. They are inversion of control with a Hibernate template and callback. The second one is extending Hibernate DAO support and applying an AOP interceptor node. The next question is, does Spring Security support password hashing? And what is salting? Yes, Spring Security provides support for password hashing. The salt is used to prevent dictionary attacks against the key in the event your encrypted data is compromised. The last question is, how to enable Spring Security in web application. You can enable the Spring Security by adding the filter org spring framework web filter delegating filter proxy in your application's web.xml. So that's all about some of the few frequently asked Java interview questions of who having about 3 to or 5 years experience developers. So if you like our videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more and more latest videos, and share to your friends and likes our videos. So thank you for visit. Have a nice day.